This is the attitude of all the women in the sex industry. We hate men. Oh, we pretend we love you. Oh, I love all my fans. I love being a porn star. I love you, man. No. We don't love you. We want your money. We want to destroy your life, destroy your marriage. We don't care. Because we got screwed over by our parent or some other guy who abused us in life. And in my life, all that had ever hurt me were men. And they were going to pay. Well, a lot of terrible things happened to me in prostitution that I wasn't ready for. I got pregnant 3 times by tricks. 2 of the times ended in miscarriage because I was so physically unhealthy. Because we don't go to the doctor and we don't go to the dentist. There's no time for that. It's all about the money. But the 3rd time I got pregnant, I was in downtown LA, and in the sex industry, the girls move around a lot. We never lived anywhere longer than like a couple months. And I got pregnant with my daughter, Tiffany, who's 19 years old today. She's half Asian because I pulled a trick with an Asian guy. I was so scared. I was living in a little shabby hotel, and I said, I'll just go back to exotic dancing, you know. So I exotic danced until I was 8 months pregnant, big tummy out to here, with a fluffy skirt, and the boss says, hey man, it's time for you to go home. So I went on welfare for a few months, and as soon as I had her, I went right back to exotic dancing and prostitution. And this is how pathetic it was. I used to sell my breast milk for $5 and $10 inside guys' coffees just to get money for me and my daughter. That's my pathetic lifestyle in the sex industry. And it's not just me. I don't care how glamorous you guys see the porn stars. We all had to work our way to the top. We all started out either on the street or an escort agency or prostitution. We've all been bled upon. We've all been smacked around. We've all had guys rip condoms on us on purpose. We've been through hell. Vietnam vets could probably be comparable to what we've been through. That's why we're tough. We had to tough it out. I've had men try and kill me, stalk me. I was driving a motorcycle and some guy took his truck and hit me. Because see, we BS them a lot. They don't like that. I'd have different engagement wedding rings inside my pockets trying to remember which guy gave me which one. Oh, honey, oh, I love you. I wish you didn't have to work tonight. If only you could give me like $400 and I wouldn't have to work. I could be with you. That's what we were trained to do. Become liars. I don't know any woman in the sex industry, and I've met probably thousands now, that isn't a liar. A blatant liar. In fact, porn stars are the best actresses in the world. Because, see, we never step out of character like Hollywood actresses do, right? Hi, I love it. I love this sex. I'm a porn star. Oh, yeah, I just love it when you do that to me. Yeah, constantly. Yeah, we were all trained. But the truth is, when no one's looking, we go home and sit on the steps in our apartment, and we grab a big bottle of Jack Daniels, and we get totally drunk, snort some meth, snort some cocaine, and we cry ourselves to sleep. And sometimes I cry out to God and say, if you'll just get me out of this, I swear, God, I'll serve you my whole life. Where's my Jesus? What happened? When I was a little girl, you were there for me. I sang songs to you. I wrote poetry to you. You were my best friend. Where are you? No answer. So I said, fine. I justified it. Well, if God doesn't care and God doesn't help me, my parents don't care, I got to do what I got to do. And so I continued on in my lifestyle, and it got worse and worse. I've been sex trafficked down to Mexico, where I had to actually escape Guadalajara whorehouse. I've been through hell. A lot of women in the sex industry that get paid to go to other countries, they don't come back. It's called human trafficking. I'm very lucky to be here today. As prostitution continued on, girls were getting raped. They were going to jail, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go to jail. I had cops always trying to bust me. And so someone told me, hey, Shelley, why don't you try porn? I said, porn? What's that? This is in the 90s, you know? I'm like, porn? Well, yeah, you can make like $2,000 a movie. I'm like, whoa, you telling me I can make $2,000 have sex on camera? How hard can that be? but I had no idea what I was getting into or the price that I would pay. I began to do porn, and the pornographers became my fathers. I got a new daddy now. He used to sit on their laps and give me so much attention. That's good. You're such a good girl. You're going to be the hottest porn star ever. You're going to be big. Everyone's going to love you, Shelley. The devil's like, you'll be famous and everyone will love you. And I believed the lie. And I began to allow myself to be totally degraded and humiliated in ways I can't even go deep into here, but I'll give you a little idea. On the porn set, during the making of a movie, it is impossible for a woman to enjoy making porn. And the reason why is every 2 to 3 minutes, the filming is stopped and it's called cut, freeze. Stay in position with 5 or 6 male performers inside of you in all different places. Let's adjust some lighting, take some stills, take pictures, get closer, get the camera right there, right there, right there. While you're staring at a pile of used rags in the corner full of feces, blood, and bodily fluids. That's how horrible it is. And there's lots of meth provided and cocaine and alcohol to get us through the scenes. I don't care what porn star tells you, she loves it. It's not true. We love the money and the attention and the notoriety. I'm a porn star. Pay attention to me. Respect me because my father never did. But we live every single day in fear that we're going to catch HIV, we're going to catch herpes, or we're going to catch chlamydia or gonorrhea. Every single day, they're catching diseases. 66% of porn performers are herpes carriers. 27% are chlamydia or gonorrhea carriers, and about 15% are HIV, and I think it's higher. So every single day, somebody catches a sex disease in the porn industry. And they just treat it like it's no big deal. They have no idea that they're ruining their reproductive systems. I've had more problems with my reproductive systems than I can even tell you. They have no idea what's waiting for them someday. I hope they're listening right now. Well, I got burned after about 25 or so movies and enduring hundreds of hours of very hardcore sex acts that I swore I'd never do. I got burned and I caught genital herpes. And it devastated me. I felt like an ugly monster. I had blisters all over my mouth, blisters in my privates. I had a fever of 104 degrees, and I had to try and take care of a little 3-year-old. I was a horrible mother already. How was I going to take care of this kid out of herpes? Back then, there wasn't a lot of information. So I called the Herpes Foundation. They said, well, you'll have to separate utensils from your daughter and towels. And I'm like, well, I can't even pay a bill. My sugar daddies pay all my bills. I don't do laundry. I buy new clothes, and I don't cook. How the heck am I going to be responsible and separate towels and utensils from my daughter? And I just was like, what am I going to do? It was a major moment of my life. And I heard the devil go, you who profess to love Jesus so much, where's your Jesus now, Shelley? You're nothing but a monster, a whore. Nobody will want you. You're worthless. You're useless. God doesn't even want you. And I felt totally abandoned and alone, worse than I'd ever felt before. I had tried to commit suicide several times before. I have the scars still on my wrist. But this time I was dead serious. I was going to kill myself. And I took about 30 prescription pills from my mother's house. I wanted to make sure she knew that she killed me. And I was so high. I was hallucinating. I saw demons everywhere. It was terrible. And I went to the hospital, and they had to pump my stomach, and they wanted to take my daughter away from me. I didn't die. I guess God had another plan, huh? I was so angry with God. Why don't you just let me die? And I began to cry out, God, if you're real, I swear to you, if you get me out of this, I will serve you with my whole life.